morning yoga. I'm not going to do a long yoga practice. I was just looking up videos and I see that one of the yogis that I follow, Yoga with Cassandra, she has a new 30-day yoga challenge. So she's well into it, but she's got the recording, so I think I'm going to start doing that. So day one is a 15-minute morning yoga and Pilates practice, which is for the hips and glutes. So this will be a little bit different since it incorporates Pilates into the yoga practice. Before I get started with that, I'll do my warm-up, which will be a handstand, a back bend, and a headstand, and then we'll jump right into this practice. I do so hope that you will join me. I am a firm believer that yoga is just a great way to start your day or end your day, depending upon, the timing of what you want to do, which is really good for you. For me, I've been doing yoga now for, it's hard to believe that I've been doing yoga most days for the past 5 years, and I've just found it's great for my body in terms of, relieving aches and pains, helping with strength, flexibility, mobility, stability. Yeah, I really like it. It's great in terms of practicing mindfulness. Just being able to be in and appreciate the moment that you're in right now. So often we just get caught up with the world and what's going on, and having problems in our mind or ruminating on things that don't necessarily do us any good in the moment. But yoga, it's so meditative in nature, because you're focusing on your breathing the whole time. And with focusing on breathing, it just allows you to clear your mind. When you have a clear mind, you have peace in your life. So I personally think that yoga is really good for your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual well-being, and your physical health as well. So I incorporated it in because it just does so much for me holistically. It's obviously just one aspect of my overall wellness. I do things each and every day. I try to be intentional about how I live my life. I wake up in the morning, I say my prayers, I read my Bible so I get a good word in first thing in the morning. I try to do yoga shortly thereafter. I make sure that I do at least 2 30-minute workouts, whether it be walking or riding a bike or playing pickleball or, just doing something else that's active. It's really good to kind of stress your body because the stress that you put upon yourself when you're exercising is really good stress, and it helps you balance out the bad stress that's in your life. So when you're dealing with things like work stress and deadlines, or you've got things going on in your personal life, people are sick, or having different challenges and things like that, or you're having relationship problems, whatever it is that causes you stress. When you're being intentional each and every day about putting good stress on your body, it's almost like it gives you it helps you build up reserves so that when the bad stress comes in, you're never feeling overwhelmed and depleted because you've got a balance of the good stress. So that's my take on how to stay good in your body, good in your mind, good in your spirit. These are the things that I utilize each and every day. They're coping mechanisms for life, for me anyway. But let me go ahead and get started because I do want to play pickleball, and I've got some folks that are going to be at the gym in the next 45 minutes. So I want to get there so I can have some fun and get get a good challenge in physically as well. Okay, so I'm going to do a handstand, a back bend, and a headstand, and I do these things for a couple reasons. One reason is because I am 58 years old, and I do believe in incorporating things into my life that were a part of my life when I was a child, and I would just play and have fun. And so it makes me reconnect, with the child inside of me to be able to do the fun things I love to do when I was a child. And I think it's awesome, you know, to be 58 years old and still be able to do these things. My goal is, you know, for as long as I live, hopefully, to be able to do them as well. And I hope that's a long time to come. But they help with, especially the inversions, you know, help with the circulation, you know, to get your blood pumping in a different direction, which is great for reducing inflammation in your body. It's also, they're good for building shoulder strength and just stability and balance, which, you know, the older you get, the more you really want to focus on your balance, because you don't want to be a fall risk, because when we're older, you know, we become more brittle and, you know, falls become more dangerous, because the older you are, if you break, you know, you don't heal as quickly. I do back bends because I do have some arthritis in my back, and I want to be intentional about nurturing flexibility and mobility in my spine as well. So these are the reasons that I do these things. They're fun, and they are rewarding, and they make me feel young, and they're very good for my body. So that's why I do it. So yeah, let me just jump right in, okay? Before I get started, got a little Apple Watch, and I'm gonna press that I'm doing yoga, so I can count my exercise, and then I'm gonna get going. Okay, that's it, a little more challenging. A little wobbly on that.
But I do my best to make all of the classes full body so that you don't feel like you've neglected too much. They're short classes, 10 to 20 minutes. No props required. You'll just notice I'm sitting on a little foam pad here. It just helps to give me more support for my spine and for my tailbone. If you don't have that at home, you definitely don't need it. But if you do feel discomfort at any point, you can always use 2 mats instead of 1, just one over the other, or even sometimes a towel can be really nice. And I think that's about it. So if you are ready, let's go ahead with day 1. We're just gonna get right into it. We're lying down on our backs. We're gonna start with half happy baby pose. So lowering your way down. Feet flat to the floor. You can draw your right knee in towards your chest and just widen it out a little bit. And then you can grab a hold of your big right toe with your 2-piece fingers. As you stack the ankle over the knee, I'm pressing that leg open a little bit, and at the same time, I'm letting my left thigh drop down. So keeping the weight evenly distributed between both hips and both shoulders. So we're not rolling to one side more than the other. And just find this first connection with the flow of your breath. Noticing how the hips are feeling this morning, where there might be tightness or tension. And trying to use our breath to invite this space to relax and open up a little bit more. And we'll come from here into reclined pigeon pose. So you can guide your right ankle over the top of your left knee, and then reaching out with your arms, pull that left thigh in towards your chest, either holding onto the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. And sometimes rocking a little bit side to side can be comfortable here and can help to loosen up through that right hip and into the right glute. These classes will help us set the tone for the day ahead, prioritizing ourselves first before whatever the day throws at us happens. So we're just focusing on ourselves, our breath, our body, our mental space. Give it one last little squeeze, and then both feet can come flat to the floor. We'll do that over to the second side. So start with your half happy baby pose, grabbing hold of the big left toes and widening that leg at the same time. You can let that right knee flop over a little bit here. Try to shrug your shoulders down and away from your ears. Even relaxing your jaw. Breathing in and out through your nose. And we'll find reclined pigeon pose on the second side. So you can guide that left ankle crossing over the top of that right knee. Reach through your arms and pull it through. So at the same time that I'm drawing my right knee in, I'm also needing to push that left thigh away from me. So big external hip rotation through that left leg. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side. And give it one last little squeeze. We're going to bring both feet flat to the floor, setting ourselves up for Pilates shoulder bridge, very similar to bridge pose that you might have done many times with me in yoga classes. Feet are hip width distance apart. Push your arms and your palms down into the mat. I want you to do like a pelvic tilt. So rock the pelvis back, lifting the tailbone, low back, mid back, off the mat. Big inhale here at the top. And as you exhale, articulate through the spine, roll down Inhale, rock the pelvis, squeeze through your seat, lift all the way up, and exhale, roll down. Engage the abdominals here on the way down. We're gonna stay up the next time we lift, so inhale. This is Daisy. Go ahead and lean onto your left leg. Find your single-legged bridge. So right leg is gonna straighten and lift all the way up towards the ceiling. Point through your toes. So we're gonna start off here, and then like you're slicing the air, you're going to flex that right foot, drop the leg down so the knees are in line, and then point the toes and lift up. So flex and lower, point and lift, flex, lower, point, lift, one more, flex, lower, point, lift, carefully bring that right foot back down to the mat, and roll down inch by inch. And let's go do the same thing to the other side. So back up through that bridge pose, lean onto your right leg this time, feeling those glutes burn as we point and reach up through that left leg. Flex the foot, lower it down, point and return, flex and lower, point and lift, flex, lower, point, lift, one more, point and lift. Carefully bend that left knee so you can bring the foot down and control the motion on the way down. Great job. Let's straighten our legs. We're going to use a Pilates roll up to come up. Flex the feet. Really reach out through your legs. Bring your arms up overhead. This is almost like a sit-up. You're going to inhale, lift head and shoulders off of the mat. And as you exhale, keep a curl of the spine and reach over your legs, keeping the arms up. Coming all the way back up. Let's release. Find your tabletop pose. A few rounds of cat and cow. I'm going to move my little foam pad off to the side. Won't be needing it anymore. So I'm going to stay towards the top of the mat just because I'll need to extend my legs a little bit here. But start just with cat and cow. Spread the fingertips wide, palms under your shoulders, knees under your hips. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, tailbone up. Exhale, reverse this motion, pushing the floor away from you, and just going in and out of those two poses. Trying to broaden through the shoulder blades and through the collarbones. One more here. Inhale. And exhale. And now find a neutral tabletop. We're going to stretch through our right calf. So straighten your right leg and push out into that right heel. Keep the abdominals engaged. And now go ahead and point through your right toes. We're going to squeeze the glute, lift that leg up. Drop it down, tuck the toes under, and see if you can pick up and tap your knee to your nose. And return. Point the toes, squeeze and lift. Drop it down, knee to nose. 3 more, just like this. So engage the muscles at the back of the leg and through your glutes to lift the leg up. And then use the abs to pick up. Last 2. Squeeze it in. Last 1. Into our modified side plank, roll to the inner edge of your right foot, lean on that left hand and extend your right arm up. So my right shoulder is on top of the left. Let's take a deeper side body stretch by reaching that top arm up and over. So finding more space from your right fingertips all the way into that right foot. Looking down at the mat, continue to roll it down, and let's find downward facing dog from here. Tucking the toes under, lift your hips up and back. Any little movements and adjustments that feel good here. First downward dog of the day. Reaching the chest back, straightening through your arms, relax your neck. And let's come back down to tabletop pose. We're going to take the calf stretch on the left side, so just straighten your left leg, push back out into that heel. And now really important here to keep a slight tuck of the pelvis to draw that lower belly in as you point through your left toes. You're going to squeeze the seat to lift the leg up, and then tuck the toes under so that you can bring your right knee to your nose into this plank and return. Point, lift, tuck the toes, and squeeze it in. 3 more like this. Keep pushing into the fingertips and knuckles. Taking the body weight out of the wrists. Last 2, squeezing up. And knee to nose. Last 1, squeeze and lift. Tuck the toes. Right knee in and lower. Modified side plank to the other side. Roll to the inner edge of that left foot as you extend that left arm up. And finding a deeper side bend, left arm extends up overhead. Stretching out a little bit longer. And let's continue to roll that down, downward facing dog. Step the feet back. And find some space here, lengthening out. Maybe paddling the feet, whatever feels good. Coming into a wide-legged child's pose, big toes together, knees as wide as you would like them to be. Press your hips back to your heels and fold on down. 5 deep belly breaths here in the pose. Try to really melt into the floor. And 1 more big breath. And walk your hands in. Just take a little seated twist before we close our class together. So sitting up tall. If you have your legs out in front of you, you can bend into your right knee. Cross your right foot over the top of that left thigh. And either keep that left leg straight out in front of you, or I like to just bend the knee and tuck the foot in. So my right thigh is hugging into the midline. I'm going to squeeze it with the help of my left hand, left arm. Right fingertips go behind you as you open and twist. And really think of pulling that thigh in towards your chest so that you're stretching through the glute. And getting into the hips, as well as a spinal rotation. Push down into that big right toe. And let's release. We'll twist to the other side. So this time our left foot is stepping and crossing over that right leg. And maybe you bend your right knee just to keep that heel in. Hug everything in. Really use this to lengthen up a little bit taller. Left hand goes behind you as you twist. No slouching, no rounding. Just staying up nice and tall. And releasing back into center. Sit in any way that is comfortable to you. I'm going to draw the first card, our first affirmation. So this is from my I Radiate Joy affirmation deck. So our affirmation today, I am always connected to my heart. So take a few moments. You can internally repeat that to yourself a few times. I am always connected to my heart. Letting this guide us throughout the rest of our day. How does this affirmation resonate with you? I am always connected to my heart. Let's bring our hands together at the front of the heart, and we'll close by chanting Om together 1 time. Inhale to chant, deep breath in. Om. Thank you so much, everyone. You did it. We made it to the end of day 1. We still have 29 more days to go. I've done a few of these 30-day challenges now on YouTube, and for sure, when I look at the analytics, it's like there's always a lot of people doing, day 1, day 2, day 3, but as the weeks go on, there's less and less people who stick to it. It's hard to do something for 30 days. It can help if you do this with a friend, so maybe you want to.
I'm gonna do it for 30 days. I'm committed. Hopefully you guys can do it with me. I enjoyed it. It was brief, but it was good. I'm gonna let you guys go now so I can get my day started. I hope you have a fantastic day. See you guys.